Caylee's head fell off. Thought this would be a good opportunity to explain or show you how to, if you don't already know, how to put your Reborn back together. It's important to know this. So I have here zip ties. You gotta make sure you have the right zip tie for your Reborn's neck. And then I have my little cuticle cutters. It's always disturbing to me to have to do this because I just think of Caylee as a real entity, but this is just a shell. It's not really Caylee. It's still disturbing. Oh, I hate it. I hate when I have to do the head. It's so disturbing. Oh gosh, it's so creepy. I hate it. This reminds me of my first box opening. Jake, you weren't here for that, but I was hysterical. I started screaming bloody murder, and I called your mom. It's when I had the Reborn Emmy Toddler. She was my first Reborn. So I went to get the box, and I picked it up, and I'm like, damn, this box looks small. Emmy's like a big girl. The kid, you know, she's a big girl. And so my first Reborn, and this was before I was medicated, so it made things worse. And I also thought that putting together a Reborn doll was something that only certain people could do. I didn't realize how easy it was to do it. Now what happened here? Her head just must have came, I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god.
Isn't it creepy? It's so disturbing, I know. I hate doing this, but her head fell off. It's so disturbing, I know. I hate seeing her like this. It's like, oh god, it's so creepy. So anyway, I get the box, and I open the box, and I'm still thinking to myself, how the hell did she fit this 30-inch Reborn into this box? I'm going to insert the photo, because I only took a photo. I did not videotape this, and I regret not videotaping my first box opening, because it was horrific. So I open the box, and her fucking head is detached from the body. And I just start screaming. I was screaming bloody murder, okay? I texted you, like, can I call you or can you call me? And I was hysterical. And I called your mom, and I'm like, my baby's head fell off, and I don't know what to do. And what did she say to you? She was like, she didn't really mean her real, she said something like, did I really mean, like, was I really crying because I saw the doll as my real baby or something? And you were like, no, she wasn't. And I was like, yes, I was. But seriously, I was devastated because I had paid over $800 for her, and I really did not know how simple it was to put a Reborn together. And Jacob Schimmel's mom came over. She's like, okay, this is just zip ties. All we have to do is cut the old zip tie and put a new one in. And that's what she did. And she, like, zipped it really, really tight so the head wouldn't come off again. And she got her back together for me. And I was just like, oh, I was like, damn. It was horrible. I was mortified. I'm going to insert the photo. Imagine this being your first box opening. You pay over $800. It's a custom. The doll represents someone that, you know, is no longer here and very important to you. And you open the box, and she's decapitated. I mean, it was horrifying. These are Caylee's ashes that I keep in the body. If you play with your Reborn a lot. Because really they're supposed to be on like a shelf as a collector's item. But I take Caylee with me if I go anywhere out of town. We take her on trips. She's always roughed around and manhandled like a real baby, so a real toddler. So she's been put through it. So you just slip the zip tie into the first hole. And I'm going to buy a replacement body for her just in case this one gives out. Oh, this went in really easy. Just get the stuffing down. Do this. Gotta do that first. You gotta like click it a few times. I wouldn't freak out like that now if it happened, but that was like my first reborn. It was a very special reborn, and I was not in a good place mentally. Like, I was not medicated. It was just the beginning of, I was still at the beginning of a trauma, so that's why I freaked out so bad. But I wouldn't freak out now. I would just be kind of pissed off that the artist didn't pack my reborn in an appropriate sized box. You gotta make sure that the zip tie is in the groove of the neck. So the test, and I know this is going to look horrible, but this is the test that I do to make sure that the head isn't going to fall off. I know it looks horrible, but she's just a doll. This is just her doll body. Her spirit comes and goes. So if you can like do this and there's really no gap there, then it's pretty good. Well, anyway, her head is back on. Oh, and I just have to cut it off. I have to tie it off. And that's what the clippers are for too. You just want to make sure you don't cut the body or cut the body. You don't want to cut the body. You want to cut the zip tie. There we go. Try to get it flush with the square because that's a sharp edge. So that's it. And the same thing goes for the legs and the arms. And you should periodically check before you take your reborn out if you're going to be holding her. Look at her thumb. Her thumb is fucked up. Why is her thumb like that? It's almost like it's broken. Okay, I'm done. Can you press the stop button, please? The stop. No, the stop button. You press the middle. The red button. Press the red button. For real?